What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Killer B, the doggone witch finder general. You got a witch. I'm burning them up every goddamn time. So I'm back up out here. I just finished a live stream. Y'all can go check that out. I did when I'm Mark Wahlberg and on his hate crimes that he committed when he was in New Kids on the Block and was able to still make millions and become one of the highest paid, and if not the highest paid actor in America. And it's a great show. I got another upload I'm doing after this. But tonight we're going to be talking about Axl Rose and his racist, homophobic, and all types of fuckery songs that he made and stuff, and how we don't see the same treatment that Kanye West received when these other entertainers have done far worse, made far worse offenses, even to the point like Mark Wahlberg chasing down black children and saying they're going to kill them and beating people in the head with sticks and all types of shit and not giving a fuck, right? So we're going to do the show tonight, and it's going to be powerful just like the last one I just did a half hour ago. So we're going to get this thing popping here. I can go in with the theme song. I'm going to drop the link up in here in the chat. All right. Oops, that's not the link thing. This is the link thing. All right. So we're going to get into my theme song. I'm going to get right back, get some more people up here. Then we're going to begin the show. So all you people that want to come out and talk, you can hit this link I'm just putting in the chat right now. I'll be right back after the theme music. All right.
Humanity to man portrayed on the screen so vividly that you flinch. This man showed no mercy in the pursuit and interrogation of his victims. He was called the Witch Finder General.
Witch finding ain't easy. Fuck your trick one. Get this one. Y'all can get your heads locked, spin away like frisbee. Intelligence agencies trace you. Seeing what I did lately, amazing. They not seeing all the sheep grazing. The flaming pins of Josh get rocked. Mountaintops go fly. Right enough, fight enough. Yet I'm so nice when I expose. Fuck y'all clothes, costume shop rolls. Catch info like a stroll. Feeling old, so grab a switch. I'ma scold my foes cause they snitch. Since they can't ruin me, I'ma ruin them. That chopped off head will still spin. Burning witches in they sin. You can't lie, we can't die. I know what y'all said. Just as flesh decay, but eternally, I don't see it that way. Pave the road clear is what you said. But your cult gonna leave people dead. You claim God, but God don't know you. Watch your desires overthrow you. Man fall down, man go boom. Mask wearing like doom. All caps like y'all yelling. That's a rap. Might as well be felons. Y'all words are lepers. On YouTube, acting precious. Blister nexus. Feel the sun from the solar plexus. Taste the breakfast. Finding all those devices that detect us. Yo, show respect, cuz.
And what line of business might you be in?
God's business. Witch finding.
Witch finding. Oh, that's
Y'all
nice.
be
That's
looking for
very
that next buzz or some hugs. Watch the general pull plugs. Internet warriors caught up in dark corridors. Fiction like Mordor. Should've stayed on the floor. Y'all know no origins. Laugh at orphans, even though we got royal blood coursing. No more horsing. Real life's more important. Y'all speaking curses on yourself. Claiming God and no one else. Blast you off the shelf. Burn your whole library. I see him do it. Look, y'all claim and learn. Reading from the Jewish books. Y'all some cookie crooks. Lips caught up with a hook. Spooky beats drive me wild. Get stabbed from a knife holding child. Old man, old style. Used to pull kelp out the Nile. And I did it with a smile. Fake bruise, smell vile. Rock like Hendrix at the aisle. After a while, see Egyptians on trial. Yeah, you, the one claiming brew. Unglued and unruly expose their actions fully. Call me a bully, but that's fine. This is how you get bullied, straight from the mind. Burning them. Sweet cats out there, don't even have faith in y'all. They claim they read all this, that they know all this, claiming they speaking languages, speaking curses.
Alright, come on in here, y'all. Hit that like button on the way in.
Be the first to see it. Be the first to talk
Now
about it.
forget to hit that
The
like
witch
button on
finder
the way in.
general. Man's
We're gonna
inhumanity
hit that thing
portrayed
again.
on
Let's
the
get some
screen
people up in here. Hit that like button. Share this
This
video.
man showed no mercy
Let's
in the
go.
pursuit and interrogation of his victims. He was called the Witch Finder General.
Nobody does it like me. Come on now.
Witch finding ain't easy. Fuck your trick. Get this one. Y'all can get your heads locked, spin away like frisbee. Intelligence agencies trace you. Seeing what I did lately, amazing. They not seeing all the sheep grazing. Flaming pins of Josh, get rocked. Mountaintops go fly. Right enough, fight enough. Yet I'm so nice when I expose. Fuck y'all clothes, costume shop rolls. Catch info like a stroll. Feeling old, so grab a switch. I'ma scold my foes cause they snitch. Since they can't ruin me, I'ma ruin them. That chopped off head will still spin. Burning witches in they sin. You can't lie, we can't die. I know what y'all said. Just as flesh decay, but eternally, I don't see it that way. Pave the road clear is what you said. But your cult gonna leave people dead. Claim y'all, but y'all don't know you. Watch your desires overthrow you. Man fall down, man go boom. Mask wearing like doom. All caps like y'all yelling. That's a rap. Might as well be felons. Y'all words are lepers. On YouTube, acting precious. This the nexus. Feel the sun from the solar plexus. Taste the breakfast. Finding all those devices that detect us. Yo, show respect, cuz.
And what line of business might you be in?
God's business. Witch finding.
Which finding? Oh, that's
Y'all
nice. That's
looking for
very
that
nice.
next buzz.
Give me 1 second, baby.
Watch the general pull plugs, internet warriors, caught up in dark corridors, fiction like Mordor, should have stayed on the floor. Y'all know no origins, laugh at orphans, even though we got royal blood coursing. No more horsing, real life's more important. Y'all speaking curses on yourself, claiming God and no one else, blast you off the shelf, burn your whole library. I see him do it, look, y'all claim and learn, reading from the Jewish books. Y'all some cookie crooks, lips caught up with a hook. Spooky beats drive me wild. Get stabbed from a knife, holding child. Old man, old style. Used to pull kelp out the Nile, and I did it with a smile. Fake bruise, smell vile. Rock like Hendrix at the aisle. After a while, seeing gypsies on trial. Yeah, you, the one claiming brew. Unglued and unglued, expose their actions fully. Call me a bully, but that's fine. This is how you get bullied, straight from the mind. Burning them. Sweet cats out there, don't even have faith in y'all. They claim they read all this, that they know all this, claiming they speaking languages, speaking curses.
Come on in here, y'all. Hit that like button.
Be the first to see it. Be the first to talk about it. The Witch Finder General.
Goddamn Witch Finder
And
General.
inhumanity to man portrayed on the screen so vividly
All
that
right,
you
let's
think.
go. Let's
This
go.
man showed no mercy
That's
in the
awesome.
pursuit and interrogation of his victims.
That's
He
right.
was
No
called
goddamn mercy. No mercy. None. Absolutely none. Hey, all right, let me let you in now, nigga. What up, nigga? Yo, no mercy.
Not much, man. How you doing? Yeah. That's the killer bee I like, man.
No goddamn mercy. None. Zip zero.
So you're gonna bring some fire today?
Y'all bringing the fire. Yup. I'm the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'm the god of hellfire. So that was a good show we just did, right? And we going on. This is the double header. I guess this is the matinee and shit. This is double header matinee and shit. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna burn this motherfucker up here too. So we got Axl Rose on the chopping block. So what we do? I'm gonna go through all these other entertainers and stuff that are allowed to do what the fuck they feel like doing with no repercussions, right? We just got this with Mark Wahlberg, right? And I forgot to add with Mark Wahlberg, he called himself apologizing. And you know what the rich people do? Like the people that like run them, their managers and their sponsors and shit. It's like, what you gotta do, you gotta create a foundation for, and get the people back on your side. And cause Mark Wahlberg, he got some kind of nonprofit to help the troubled youth and stuff in Boston and all that bullshit, right? But we already know that did some shit just to get his pardon or whatever, which he hasn't received, though. He hasn't received. Right? Now, as far as I know, he hasn't, right? I'll raise some more hell if I find out that he did. But what these people do, they'll do things to make it look like that stuff wasn't true or that they reformed. Like a motherfucker's a racist, right? And they'll take a picture with them hanging out with a civil rights leader or giving some goddamn kids some money, some kids some candy, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Sponsoring an all-black based little league baseball team. Some bullshit, right? So what Mark should have done was do a movie and give everything he made for one of the movies to the victims. That's what he should have did. That's what he should have did. Right? Know what I'm saying? That'll show that you sorry. Go work for them. Go work for them. But he like, I ain't working for no goddamn niggas and Vietnamese motherfuckers. You ask that motherfucker that shit. Wait a second. I ain't giving y'all niggas no money. Know what I'm saying? He was allowed to make money after doing all this wicked stuff, right? 2 black people, 2 Vietnamese people, and say all types of crazy shit. And admitted to doing it. He pleaded guilty. He said, yeah, I did that shit. When they arrested him, he said, yeah, I did that shit. Fuck them motherfuckers. I'll do it again. Right? And now we got Axl Rose, right? We know the great Guns N' Roses. Swell, no, sweet child of mine. And welcome to the jungle. We got the game.
That's the one song that I do know. Welcome to the jungle. We got lots of game. Whatever, I can hear it now. Yeah. Well, I guess tonight we can say welcome to the jungle. We got the rumble.
Yup. Welcome to the jungle, because the niggas is on your ass tonight, boy. The nigga is on your ass tonight.
Of course. This is the other half. This is the other half of it. Over here.
Yup. We on their ass tonight. We on them like white on rice. We on them motherfuckers like white on rice and white on milk. So, we on them motherfuckers there. And we on them like white on rice? Shit. We on. So, I've been digging up this stuff. There's things that I've known from growing up, right? And the people tend to forget. Some people close to my age, they tend to forget what the fuck going on. And I'd be like, well, goddamn, how the fuck y'all forget this shit, right? And homegirl Bonnie texted me, so let me see what she said real quick. Homegirl Bonnie, he said he's so gross. Yup. So, Axl Rose, he was allowed to make a great deal of money. And I find something very, very disgusting, right? I find it very, very butts and hoses. Right? So he had a song that came out in his Appetite for Destruction album, right? And the song, I'm gonna read the lyrics to the goddamn song. Forget the lyrics. Shit. We get you some lyrics here to deal with tonight. Welcome to the jungle. We got everything you want. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. All right, Guns N' Roses. We gonna bring it down. All right, well, 1 in a Million was the name of the song. 1 in a Million was the name of the song. And people complained about it, but nothing happened. Not a goddamn thing happened. Right? So, first of all, I want to read y'all, and then we're going to talk about it, which I need to go run. Give me 1 second. I got to go run and grab a charger cable so I can plug it into the computer. We gonna bring you down, nigga. Welcome to the jungle, nigga. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's
my shit already died. All right, let me pull it up on the screen and shit. The phone already died. Y'all know me, my motherfucking dying ass phone. Okay. 1 in a Million. Guns N' Roses. All right. Here we go. Let's get it. Now, I want to show y'all something. Now, for someone to make a song like that in 2022, Seven on the last show said, you think this would have gone on in today's culture? Hell motherfucking yeah. Because today ain't no different than it was back in the 80s and 90s. They still letting the motherfuckers do what the fuck they want. Let's read these lyrics here to this song. Let me share my screen. And y'all can go see the lyrics to the song. They didn't take this shit off the air. You know, Kanye's tweets was canceled. They deleted those son of bitches off Instagram, off Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. They got rid of that shit, right? And the only way you can see that tweet again is somebody screenshotted it when he first did it. Right? So watch this here. Just watch me now. Watch me. Welcome to the jungle. 1 in a Million, song by Guns N' Roses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess I needed some time to get away. I needed some peace of mind. Some peace of mind. That'll stay. So I thumbed it down to 6 in LA. Maybe a Greyhound could be my way. Police, niggas. That's right. Get out of my way. Don't need to buy none of your gold chains today. Right? Now, this I guess he's talking about the Greyhound state, whatever, and stuff, or just being in the midst of the city, in the midst of all the niggas, right? And, you know, back in the day, I don't know if y'all see like movies like Fame, not the TV show Fame, but the movie Fame, where they had Leroy in the show. I think it was Leroy that was in the movie. Leroy was the black dancer, like ballet dancer, like type dude, right? But there was a guy in the beginning of the movie. He was selling watches and stuff. So the people used to have the watches and the chains in their jacket. So, you know, they come around and be like, yo, I got these watches and these chains, my nigga. Like, yo, they they open up their jacket and they got all the jewelry hanging in the inside of the coat. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't want to buy no gold chains from you fucking niggas. Get out my goddamn way. Right? Now, I don't need no bracelets clamped in front of my back. Just need my ticket. Till then, won't you cut me some slack? You're 1 in a million. Yeah, that's what you are. You're 1 in a million, babe. You're a shooting star. Hold on. Stuck ass, raggedy ass keyboard. All right. Maybe someday we'll see you before you make us cry. You know we tried to reach you, but you are much too high. Much too high, much too high, much too high. Immigrants. Immigrants and what? Y'all see that word right there. All right, let me see who somebody just came up in here. Oh, that was Nagy again. All right. So, niggas in the F word, they make no sense to me. They come to our country and think they'll do as they please. Like start some mini Iran or spread some fucking disease. And they talk so many goddamn ways. It's all like Greek to me. That sounds like a goddamn Oi song. For those of you who don't know Oi, this is good. This is the good Oi, and this is the good old Oi, and then there's the Nazi white supremacist Oi. That sounds like a goddamn Oi song or a Screwdriver. This sounds like something like the band Left Hand Kitchen back in the day. You like, goddamn right, this sounds like Screwdriver. You ever heard of Screwdriver, Nicky? You ever heard the band Screwdriver? Let's see, you still up in here? You hear me, Nagy? What up, Josh? Yep. Shocked the shit out of me. First time I heard it on my Walkman. Can you hear me, Josh? I don't know what's up with Nagy. Nagy had a problem with his internet earlier.
Yeah, it's not really blows, but
okay.
Shit.
All right, you hear me? I hear you now, Nagy.
I hear you, but yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so this sounds like an Oi song. You know who Screwdriver? You ever heard the band Screwdriver? It went out again. You hear me, Nicky? Check my phone here. See if it's him or me. You can hear? All right, cool, Josh. So Nagy get this thing right. Maybe you want to refresh or something like that, Nagy, maybe. It sounds like a goddamn Oi song, if you ask me. Right? And this, look at his words. You know, the mini Iran, because you know Iran was like the head enemy of the United States back in the 80s. Iran and Libya. It wasn't Iraq and Afghanistan. All right, I hear you now.
You hear me now? Yeah, Oi music got started in Britain. It was working class music. That's who popularized it.
Yep. And I just recently learned that it wasn't a white supremacist group in the beginning.
No. It was people that worked in factories. But the funny thing is, it got racist later. That's where the skinhead thing got started.
Yep. Absolutely. I never knew that they were non-racist in the beginning and later turned racist. I never knew that. I just found this out with this year. This year I found that out. But the lyrics in here really remind me of Oi. Like it reminded me like some Oi music, some race like Screwdriver. Said, let me read the rest. Well, some say I'm lazy and others say it's just me. Some say I'm crazy. I guess I always be. But it's been such a long time since I knew right from wrong. It's all the means to the end and keep it moving along. Hey, yay. You're 1 in a million. You're a shooting star. You're 1 in a million, babe. You know who you are. You know that you are. Maybe someday you'll see. Before you make us cry, you know we tried to reach you, but you are much too high, much too high, much too high, much too high. Radicals and racists, don't point your fingers at me. I'm a small town white boy just trying to make ends meet. Don't need your religion. Don't watch that much TV. Just making my living, baby. Well, that's enough for me. You're one in a million. Yeah, that's what you are. You're one in a million. You're a shooting star. That's the chorus. I'll skip over that. All right. So, you see here, this motherfucker using the goddamn N-word. And he didn't use the goddamn G-A. He used the hard ER, right? And the man didn't apologize.
Neither one is good though, and I just want to make a point. You know, they don't even tolerate that from black people in prison. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Like if you go to prison and you're dropping that all the time, even your own black people will check you. They will basically tell you.
That. My cousin in prison, motherfucker.
They'll tell you to knock.
Yup.
Yeah, they'll tell you to knock that off real quick. Yeah, they'll tell you to knock that off real.
He be wanting to do something to me. He said, "I told you don't call me that word." I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad." He's like, "What I just told you, motherfucker." And you ready to fuck me up and shit. Like he dead ass serious too, right?
Yeah,
so you right.
Like I said, the first time they'll tell you not to do it, but then the next time they might just knock you out.
Yeah, shake your behind or something. Yup. And this is crazy. And there was no real apology made for this. And I guess he just felt that he could just say what the fuck he want, right? With no repercussion. And there wasn't any. You know why? Let me show you why. Let me show you why. Let me show you why.
The Kia EV6 having a faster 0 to 60 than.
All right. We're not going to play it here. Look at this right here. See that? 1 in a million. That's the name of the song. Look what channel it's on. Guns N' Roses. 10.7 million subscribers. The video got 6.8 million views the last 4 years. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
that means
money. That means a bunch of people think it's okay.
Yup. And now, who run Guns N' Roses? The brand and everything. The label. The label. So you got
we all know who's behind the label, of course.
Yup. Yeah, them people.
Just wait until I drop my video on the ADL. I'm going all in, all the chips in the middle.
Yup. And we got the publishers, the distributors, and the record label making money still from this song. Notice he didn't talk about them people in the song. Notice he didn't talk about them people. But he talked about everybody else. Let Kanye make this song about that, right? You say that word and it then lock you up in New York City. You drop that F, the LGBTQ F-bomb. Drop that and see what they do. You be out in your head. When I went to recording school, I went to Institute of Audio Research. That was one of the best recording schools in the country at the time. One of my editing instructor, right? He was gay, right? Obviously, look at that, right? And I'm a new Hebrew Israelite type motherfucker. So I'm up in there. I'm uncomfortable as fuck. I got this goddamn motherfucker and shit right here. And he saw it in my face. that I had a problem. And he basically looked at me like, nigga, you ain't gonna go nowhere in this motherfucker. We run this shit. Basically, he didn't say that, but basically his tone and everything let me know that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't getting down like that, right? Shout out to all them people, right? But you can't do that today. And what's crazy is going on today. Right now on YouTube. I can't say that word, right? I can't say the word, but here's Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses got a goddamn song, got 6 goddamn 7 million views on the song, and the song's not off of YouTube. But let us make a song or say those words on here. You be out on your head. Why is they allowed to use that language here? And not only the language, you know, YouTube lets you get away with the language somewhat. It's shit. But sometimes it's the context and when you put it, it gets your ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that context is in the song along with the word. Like they get black people to pass to say a nigga. Why? We don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused why blacks are allowed to say that on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Let me use the WB word they use for Mexicans and see what happens. Let me use the S word, the SPIC word for Hispanics and see what happens. Let me use the F word for the LGBTQ community and see what happens. You be banned before you know it.
Well, let me give you words to use. You got the R word permission. You drop that R word all you want.
Wait, what you said now, Aggie? You broke up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear me? I said you have R word permission. You can drop that R word all you want. Say retard.
Wait, what's R word? You got me confused. What?
Yeah. Say retard as much as you want. That's fine by me.
That was funny that night.
You got the R word pass.
And next thing you know, then you say that shit all the time. The last like few months, I've been counting them. I ain't been saying nothing. I'm like, nigga, you just use the R word.
you can drop that spicy R word, and I ain't gonna say nothing. Don't worry about it.
Somebody told me though that's not a derogatory term anymore.
I mean,
I heard
don't
that
know.
somewhere. I don't know either, but I heard that somewhere.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. You can say spacker. You can say whatever you want.
Yep. When you go on Twitter, like I said the other night, you got the big booty white women on Twitter. Why I got this shit playing? This shit? Who the fuck is this motherfucker up on my screen? I don't know you, man.
That's that company. Yo, that's that company that had controversy because they were getting in trouble. It's called BetterHelp. That's that stupid company.
Oh snap! I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, they were being accused of like all this crazy stuff because they weren't actually helping people. It was a scam, and people were promoting them. I remember that, and it made me so mad. It was so stupid.
But what, like, you go on Twitter, right? You see the big booty white girls, because the white girls got booties like the black women now and stuff, and they be twerking it up. They be winding it up and shit on TikTok, right? Looking fine in the motherfucker. Killer B be watching them. right? And they playing drill music. They playing all the music that using the R word, the N word. You know, some of them are mouth it. They won't say it, but they'll mouth it while it's playing. And then some fucking say the shit. Some will say the shit. Right? And nothing don't happen. Nothing happened. When you say something else.
Yeah, I had to move. Yeah, I had to move a little bit because the sound wasn't working or the internet connection or something. But yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? You know, white girl is another race altogether. Big fat white girl. Big fat white girl must be black in another country.
I don't know, they be fucking wild and shit. But fucking, they be on Twitter twerking it up. Like I said, I be watching, right?
That's embarrassing. That's super embarrassing. We shouldn't have. Yeah, no, don't be twerking. Don't do that.
What up, YT? What up? Streets?
So hold on. Don't be twerking if you can't twerk or can twerk.
I don't think they
don't be twerking at all, and don't be making yourself look stupid like that.
Oh, anyway, correct.
For real.
Across the board, right?
Yeah, so I don't care if you have. I don't care if you got, you know, luggage back there. No, don't.
They keep your booty to yourself. You know I was
like, no, I ain't got time for that. Yeah, we're not doing that Austin Jones crap. No way.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So, we see that the media is allowing, like they allow the N-word on regular TV and the radio now. You can say nigga, you can get right up on the radio right now and say nigga. And look at what's his name? I did a video on it. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan used the goddamn word. And said there ain't shit wrong with it. So what? I said it. Joe Rogan did it. Ain't shit happened. Ain't nobody cancel that motherfucker. But let somebody say the K word. It sounds like the thing that you fly in the air. Let somebody say that and see what happens. You be out of your head before you can blink. You can't even say that German man's name. You can't even say his name. I did a video in support of them people and disprove a myth about that German guy. When the Hebrew Israelites are saying that he said that the real Jews is black. They got my ass to fuck up off of YouTube for that shit. They got me to fuck up off of YouTube. I couldn't believe it. And I appealed the video and everything. And they was like, nah, nigga, we don't give a fuck, nigga. But take this shit, eat it. Eat this Sprite, motherfucker. Eat it.
That's crazy, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, yo, how is this hate speech, motherfucker? And I'm speaking in favor of the motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. Hate speech means something completely different, but
yo, they don't even
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call tonight though, because I might if I stay up any later, I might end up doing something. But yeah,
I might end up doing something.
But yeah, I'm gonna call tonight. I'll see you, man. Take care. Don't drop any hard R word. Well, drop all the hard R words you want. But,
You know how many the R words I dropped a night, a video?
Listen, I was all the way confused. I was like, grr, grr.
Yeah. Drop that spicy R word. Drop anything you want. I don't care.
Understand what you're saying, though.
There ain't no offended on this side. So take care, man.
Stupid, man. Come on, nigga. All right, man. You have a good night, nigga. Thank you for coming.
I don't get offended, but yeah.
They be wilding, yo. They be wilding sometimes.
See you,
Baby
man.
Springfield, dog. I go like, share, subscribe over there on his channel and stuff.
Yep,
He got
yep.
some good
Thank
stuff
you.
coming y'all way real soon. But it's insane, yo. Did you see the lyrics that I read?
Say that again. Oh, I was late. I was doing I was late. So
All right. So the man used the goddamn the N word with the hard R, talking about homosexuals, talking about immigrants, and all types of fuckery. And guess what? Guess what? The song is on YouTube. The song on YouTube. Not the song, not like a regular nigga uploaded it, right?
right.
It's Guns N' Roses that uploaded it. Guns N' Roses music channel. You know how the artist got their official channel, right?
Right.
It's uploaded on there.
But you did read the lyrics though?
Yeah. And remember Mike, look, Josh said, remember Mike got in trouble from the song They Don't Care About Us. Remember that?
Yes.
They don't really care about us.
Yes,
Mike,
yes. He did. Well, especially I think more so too that and the video, the original video that he had out with it too.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Because Mike had himself in a position where he running his shit. And the motherfucker mad, and now Mike gone.
Yeah, it's like this with Michael Jackson. Like a kid born a couple days ago. I'm being facetious when I say that. But a 2-year-old can hear Michael Jackson for the first time. And this man has been passed away for several years. And just hear his music, and that I've seen a baby go wild for some Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So I that's why it's hard for me to believe, because you know what that saying is, like, you know, you want to trust the person, you put a baby or a dog around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying, like, I just don't see a baby. I don't know.
Now I think the man just missed his childhood. His childhood got taken from him. And he didn't want other children to go through what he went and missed his childhood. So he went way out of his way to make sure children have a memorable childhood. That son of a bitch had monkeys and roller coasters and all types of shit at the crib. At the goddamn house. Look at Corey. What was that? Corey Haim? What was the motherfucking name? Corey Haim that used to dance like Michael Jackson?
Yeah, Corey. Hold on. It was one of the Coreys. I don't know if it's
What is it? Corey Feldman and Corey Hayes?
Yeah, it's Corey Feldman. It's Corey Haim is the one that had that. Yeah, it's Corey Feldman, the one that used to dance like him.
Yeah. And he was one of the main ones that was talking about how them people and shit was doing them. Touching them and stuff. But they ain't say nothing about Mike doing it.
Right.
If they would have talked about anybody, they would have talked about Mike.
Yeah, and he won't let you either. Neither will Macaulay Culkin.
See? They ain't let you talk about no goddamn Mike. And look where Mike at now. Mike in the grave. Look at Prince. Look how they did Prince. And Prince, he freaked his shit. He like, I'm getting from under these motherfuckers. I'm getting out from under these motherfuckers. This nigga do a whole album by himself. He do all the goddamn music on the album. Play the guitar, the piano, the keyboard, the drums, whatever the fuck he needed, nigga. That nigga was playing it. He would get all the goddamn bread. The artist known as motherfucking Prince. Formerly known. Change this shit to a symbol.
Yeah, the best.
Fuck the whole game up with that.
If you want to know a story about how trifling the music as far as like a record deal could be, just go look at the Tribe Called Quest story. What they, you know what I'm saying, like what their contract entailed. Like they like Tribe Called Quest guy did dirty.
Yeah. And like I said this before. Like if you go back and watch my video on the rapper that just died last year, Black Rob.
Okay.
Black Rob fucked up. And I supported Puffy on it. I said, Puffy didn't owe that nigga shit.
See, you crazy. Like,
He
I
ain't
can't
shit.
believe, like that's wow.
Go watch the video. Go watch the video. And you'll see me say that.
I know because
Now,
he signed
people
he signed his own
black
because he signed his own contract. I know.
Yeah, but he didn't fulfill his obligations. He kept going to jail.
Yeah, but he could be doing. Look, I mean, look
He
at
kept going to
Shine.
jail.
Look, hold on. Look at Shine. Didn't Shine get deported or had to do jail time or get deported both?
Yep.
Because
Ain't nobody told Shine to do what he did.
Hey, yo, chill.
Shine did that on his own. But Puffy ended up later trying to make amends with Shine.
So
me and my boy, the one that brought me to do these series of videos, he kind of checked me on that the other day. I keep it real. And I don't even listen to that nigga and shit like that.
Great. And then too, you know what I'm saying? And then look at Mace coming out right now about Puffy too.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of these people but they'll dangle this deal over the people's head. Now, Puffy ain't the only one they signing with.
Man, listen. Puffy, from what I hear, Puffy goes deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? You don't listen to Math. What's his name? Math Hoffa. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them things. Like it was. I don't think it was like maybe.
What I meant is Puffy's not on his own.
Correct.
He's under somebody. He's under somebody. So he got to make sure he getting his shit, or the people gonna get all of it. And now, when somebody don't produce, you have to produce. Even though you sign that shit and you done spent up all the money, there's nothing like getting money, spending it, and then still having to do the work. It's better off to get the money later after you finish the work than to get it up front. Because you done burn the money up, and now you're like, damn, I gotta go work. And not get paid no more money. That's a fucked up feeling. But niggas, like I said yesterday, there's people that were hungry, plucking roaches out the cereal in the morning, living in poverty.
I mean, but
somebody dangle sitting over your face, $50,000. You're gonna take that $50,000 and not give a fuck what that contract said.
I mean,
and now you don't burn 50 grand up in a year, but guess what? You got 2-3 years of work you have to do. You have to produce. Then people start feeling some type of way. Well, how was this with a nigga? You have to be responsible for that shit.
Yeah, but Black Rob had like what, one song though?
No, he had more than one song. But the nigga, he kept fucking up. He kept fucking up. That's not hit that's like you hire somebody, you a contractor, and you get somebody to do the job and shit, and then you don't fulfill the job, that shit fall back on you.
Listen,
but go watch that video. I don't want to talk about Black Rob and all that shit. I'll send you the link to that video. You can watch it. Shit. But back to this Guns N' Roses thing, right? I'm trying to keep it on the Guns N' Roses.
My bad.
So, let me see what Josh said. Josh, you come on up in here. Shit, the link. Josh like, shit, I want my royalties for my Wish Find the General song, you motherfucker. Josh gonna be getting my ass later. He said, well, I want my Like they said, what was that shit? I want my daddy records and shit from Sanford and Son and shit. I want my daddy records. Who's that? When we said that name was the shit, I forgot that shit. That was a funny ass show and shit. Yeah, after Mike brought back his masters and started doing more Saudi business. Yup. Mike was a bad man. And look where he at. He in the hole. Look at Prince. Prince is a bad man. And look where he at. The hole. Now, what I read this morning that Kanye West said, he said that he was one pill away from Michael Jackson and Prince. And I believe it. He said he had one of them people as his doctor, and they misdiagnosed him and was going to give him a medication, and gladly he stopped taking the medication. Because he said with the timing right now, they could have easily slipped one of his pills, switched one of his pills out, and he would have been one of them motherfuckers.
I mean, listen, I get it though, but Kanye needs to present it in a way so he doesn't sound so much like Mel Gibson in The Conspiracy Theory.
Yeah, but the man had $6 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah, but again, you got to understand what it's between. It's
you don't get $6 billion. This being cool, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's what you're. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're. That's what your your portfolio. That's not your liquid. Your liquid is like what you have available to cash on hand. He ain't have 6 million. He ain't have 6 billion cash on hand.
Right.
His portfolio was worth 6 billion.
Yeah.
But because he's like, treading in the, his stocks is going down. But again, you also got.
They say he down to 400 million now.
Listen.
6 billion to 400 million.
I know you watched where that I don't know, it's something online where basically it's
but he take responsibility for it. He said God did this to him to humble him. He said you don't know what it feels like to have all that money and have it taken from you in front of the public. In front of the public is stripped from him. They stripped them in front of everybody. But you got people like Axl Rose who did shit like this and ain't getting no punishment. But check out what happened. Check out what happened. Wait, hold on. Guns N' Roses. All right, Guns N' Roses. Okay, Axl Rose. Watch this. God damn. Axl Rose. Check this out. Now, we can get this one, and we're going to get this one here. Okay, we're going to read this one first. Watch this. And they're so slick to cover shit up for him. It's really amazing, too. It's how they slick they are to cover up for him. Even the news people, the media covering up for him. If we're being honest, Axl Rose has never been one to cultivate a moderate response to anything. Today, about as calm and amenable as he has ever been, showing up to concerts on time, getting along with bandmates, and even flashing unusual bit of knowledge and political acumen. when criticizing former U.S. Surgeon General General Abbott for his initial comparing the thing to the flu. All right, let's get to the part where I want here. However, it wasn't always this way. Rose has a habit of putting his foot in his mouth on a regular basis. During Guns N' Roses' heyday in the late 80s and early 90s, there's a time that he even considered himself to be pro-heterosexual. The history book shows multiple rants by a singer who had been let loose during Guns N' Roses live shows, spilling out vitriol to an unsuspecting audience. In fact, there are the actual physical fights he has gotten into during concerts. They are incidents of him throwing fans out of shows, specifically one person in 2001 Rock in Rio Festival, supposedly wearing a Slash t-shirt. Let's just say that he used to be more of a combustible and combative figure. Sometimes that combative nature came out on record. Get in the Ring, a track taken from Use Your Illusion 2, singles out music journalists, including Mick Wall, Bob Garcion by name, and challenges them to duke it out in a hand-to-hand combat. While less direct, pugnacious, I never even heard that word before. Look at Your Game, Girl from the Spaghetti Incident, courted controversy because the songwriter, cult leader, Charles Manson. Rose invited the spotlight that came with the aggressive demeanor and incorrigible reputation. Sometimes it came off as silly rock star arrogance, with a lot of bluster and remaining inherently harmless. Sometimes, however, it was less innocent. Let me get to a part something I want to read here. All right, here we go. I want to say this too, because we see here how he was involved with a lot of different projects, right? Back to Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg even had video games. He had video game endorsements. He had other kind of products, like we showed the Calvin Klein and all that stuff, among other things that he was able to make money from after his incident, right? Says 1 in a Million, the final track from the band's 1988 mini LP, Guns N' Roses Lies, is the most controversial song in the band back catalog. And that including 2 previously mentioned tunes written about the time when Rose first came to Los Angeles. The track is a smorgasbord of ill-conceived idea and prejudices thrown together in a half-coherent, bizarrely incongruous, autistic ballad. Yeah, I can't read, motherfucker. Autistic ballad complete with whistling and bongos that do nothing to soften the harshness of the lyrics. Some choice cuts from one of Axl Rose's Police and Niggas. That's right, get out of my way. Don't need to buy none of your gold chains today. Or how about immigrants and the F word that make no sense to me? They come to our country and think they can do it as they please. Like start some mini Iran or spread some fucking disease. Who can get away with that shit right now?
Wow.
Who?
Wow.
And guess what? The song on YouTube right now. You can go play the song on YouTube, not on some no-name nigga channel, but on the Guns N' Roses channel.
Wow.
And the song got almost 7 million views. So they're making money off of it every day. They're making money off the song. To this day, them people is. So when somebody want to say, oh, you anti-Semitic, what them people is when they allow this song to be played and they're making money from it. That's game over right there. That's game over. That's game over. Okay, so out of context, those look like utterly deplorable thoughts from a rampant racist and homophobe. Not calling Rose that, why not? But he defends himself in a strange way by saying, it's been such a long time since I knew right from wrong. Yeah, no shit. It's worth noting that he calls out radicals and racists later in the song, but it does little to mitigate the fact that Rose could easily be pointing the finger at himself. 1 in a Million was left off the band's debut Appetite for Destruction, and there's plenty of sleaze and questionable lyric themes already on the album to take its place. But Appetite is always a fun, deliriously nihilistic album that plays as joyous debauchery without taking a turn into hateful rhetoric. 1 in a Million shoots Axl Rose far past the realm of an irreformable scamp and straight into hate-monger territory. Some band members, including Axl Rose himself, have attempted to defend the song as either an honest portrait, character study of a yokel's first experience in LA, or a vivid commentary on poor race relations in America. But it seems like the band is mostly trying to forget it exists. The song is rarely being performed live, and after 1992, Rose has chosen not to discuss the song. But they still get money from it. You can still buy the goddamn album. This brings us to Appetite for Destruction box set, released in 2018. That collection featured all the tracks from Guns N' Roses Lies on a bonus disc, all except for one in a Million. And what was described by Slash as a collective decision was excluded. Slash is multiracial. Slash got a black mother and a white father. Got all right, who up in here? Let's see this person. Didn't he assault a woman, or was that someone else? I don't know. I gotta check that out. What up, left hand? It said, hell no.
It was something. I can't remember. It was something too. I can't remember.
Y'all saw the thumbnail? You see the thumbnail? I didn't show the whole picture and stuff. I kind of did that on purpose. But their album, the when they did that song, the tour T-shirt had a raped woman on the back of the T-shirt. I remember that because the girls used to wear that to school. We called them the burnout chicks, like the people that was in the kids that was in the heavy metal. We called them burnouts. Stuff, but like the burnout chicks was the baddest bitches in the school. Like I'm not even gonna front. They had ass and anything and shit. They had bigger booties in the black chicks in the school, like tight ass jeans and shit. Burnout chicks is bad bitches. I still be creeping out some of the burnout chicks on Facebook that I went to middle school with. Yo, what up, man?
What's up, man? Hey, what's up?
I'm this motherfucker wilding out again, shit, acting a fool.
Yeah.
And so, did you know? I know you young. Did you know about any of this? But like, I don't know if you caught the stream I did a little like an hour ago on Mark Wahlberg. You know,
no, I didn't get a chance to catch that one. Like, what was going on?
You know that Mark Wahlberg was in New Kids on the Block, right?
Yeah.
You heard of the New Kids on the Block. While he was in New Kids on the Block, he had like 2 hate crime incidents where he chased some black kids and threatened to kill them. Said, "We gonna kill you niggas." And then he got caught for that, got out of it, right? And then 2 years later, he did the same thing to some Vietnamese people and hit one of them in the face and hit one with a big ass 5-foot piece of wood. And admitted to it, said, "Yeah, I fucked that motherfucker Vietnamese motherfucker up."
Oh shit!
And he got charged with attempted murder, was facing 20 years. And guess what happened?
He probably
they reduced it to assault.
Yep.
They reduced it to assault. He got 2 years, and guess how much time he did with the 2 years?
Very little. I'm sure very little.
45 days.
Yep.
45 days. 2 hate crimes. 2 hate hate crimes back to back. Those are the ones he got caught for. The ones he got caught for.
Company's assets, so yeah, like they don't care how he acts. They'll buy him out of any situation.
Yep, because they got to make their money.
Yep.
They got to make their motherfucking money. That nigga can't make him no money. That motherfucking white dude can't make him no money in prison. They got his ass out in 45 days, and guess what? Another 2 years later, he goes solo and forms Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, a rap group. A rap group. But telling black kids and shit, chasing them for 2 days, telling these black people that he gonna kill them. It was a gang of them. It was a gang of white dudes.
That's typical white people shit. Like,
and got away. Yeah, and guess what? He got an endorsement by Calvin Klein. You remember Chris Barkley? You're probably too young to know about that. But he was doing modeling for Calvin Klein. Like Chicka Powell said, he was in Times Square wearing his drawers. Had a Times Square billboard in his goddamn drawers.
Yeah.
I remember this shit because I was skating in New York City at that time. I remember this shit. And he had video games. That nigga had a video game. That nigga was featured in soundtracks of movies and had black people dancing in his goddamn videos.
Yeah.
Dancing and singing. For him in the goddamn video. He's sitting there dressed like a nigga. And I showed him a clip with him saying, I'm Irish American and never ever would I want to be an African.
Yeah.
He said, never I want to be an African, and because you don't know where you come from, you don't know your history.
This
said
is
it right to the camera.
Doesn't even surprise me because like this is just like a common thing. And like how would you say it? I mean how many actors, singers have all been like called out for this? Like,
yep.
There's a lot.
You can go back to like, burn down a goddamn hotel.
Right. You can even go back to like the 60s with like the Beatles. The Beatles had this picture that they were drawing as a controversial joke or something, with Lennon dressed up as like a Nazi or something like that. There's like an incident where the Rolling Stones came out on stage in like Nazi uniforms and shit like that. I mean, there's been a lot of shit just rolling like this through like old music for like ever. Like, especially within the whole like more white side of music.
I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, yeah. I think the Stones were trying to do it or some shit as like something against Nazism. I'm not sure because there's been some bands that have done that. Like, there's this artistic expression.
Yeah, it's all like, against it.
Yeah, where you wear like Nazi uniforms and stuff, but you're not promoting it. You're like symbolically, I don't know, something. There's all something with that. I don't know. I never got too big into that. Yeah. But like, yeah, fucking. There's been all sorts of shit like that. Like the Beatles, like had made racist comments too. Like multiple people in the Beatles made racist comments. The Beach Boys are racist as fuck. Like their shit's still played like everywhere. Like yeah. If I remember correctly, the Beach Boys were caught for saying a bunch of different racist shit. Like
I gotta look that shit up.
I'm pretty sure. I think it was the Beach Boys. I'd have to look it up.
I'll do a show on that shit tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
I'll do a show on that shit tomorrow for sure.
Right, but this has just always been kind of like it's kind of interesting. Like, well, it's kind of needed to be called out for a long time, like because it's been going on forever. Like you're talking about Slash here, or fucking Guns N' Roses and all that other shit. Like, yeah, he's from what I understand, he's done some really him and also the fucking singer from Pantera as well, Phil Asmov or whatever the fuck his name is. That guy's like out throwing up fucking like white power symbols and shit and screaming.
Yeah, I think is it Trent Reznor? Like he's the one that like him. I like him though. I like him though. I'm just saying, out of all of them, I like him.
He's the more respectable out of that group of general people, like, because he used to, like, if I remember correctly, he used to hang out with Manson, and because of the shit Manson put
Yeah,
in,
he called him out on a lot of stuff too. Like people would have was trying to not say, but he actually was like, he yeah. That's why I had to make him up, because I do know about him.
He called Manson out on like a lot. Well, I mean, Manson kind of just fucking called himself out. Like,
I'm sure.
If you read his book, I mean, he just talks about some of the degenerate shit he does. Like, so, I mean, fucking. And I'm not just talking about like drugs or anything else. Like, more shit pertaining to like women and the treatment of women is more of what I'm kind of directing that.
Speaking of that, I just said about Guns N' Roses tour in '87. They had a raped woman on the back of their T-shirt. It's on the thumbnail.
Yeah,
T-shirt's on the thumbnail.
I mean, and I get it, but you also
it's like a woman laying in the alley with her panties off.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I'm not trying to trust me, I'm not trying to downplay anything, but you also have to think about like the whole entire like culture. It was like, which is crazy that we're even going back to, because it's like you have the 90s, from the 80s, like it was so politically incorrect, but I don't know, like, I mean, but you just look at the songs, you look at the videos, you look at what the females were doing, it was an all around like fucking orgy, in my opinion. So I'm not trying to
people, women had a little bit more respect for themselves back then.
When?
Especially in the hip hop era.
No,
women didn't start.
Listen,
hip hop
yes.
until around Little Kim.
Listen,
black women, like I was just talking about the burnout the burnout heavy metal chicks. They was bad as hell, motherfucker. They was coming to school looking like prostitutes, motherfucker, straight up.
Yep.
And the black girls and shit, like where I go, all our first girlfriends was white, because the black girls was in the house. Their parents wasn't letting them outside to do shit.
But listen, that's
we had to go with the white girls, the one that we was going to the movies with and getting a dick sucked in the movie theater, in the back of the motherfucking movie theater, in the bathroom, somewhere in the school. that one was going on. Black girls wasn't doing that shit. The black girls wasn't doing that until gangsta rap came out. And they wasn't even fucking with us. Then they go into the projects and find one of them hood niggas to fuck with. They wasn't fucking with us. We was good kids. Know what I'm saying? We was good black suburb motherfucking kids. There was like Candace Owens, motherfucker. Straight up. The black girls where I lived at, they was like Candace Owens up until fucking Lil' Kim came out. And before that, the black girls kind of dressed like boys. It was hip hop. But before that, they dressed like a lady.
I definitely dressed.
They ain't had no weaves and no shit like that. Black women wasn't wearing no motherfucking weaves. None of that shit. Until way to the 2000s something.
Yeah, again, anytime I have this conversation.
Just like, you see Power? Remember Power with the thing with Kanan, talking about Kanan? And you remember his friend, the little black girl that was gay?
No.
That's what all during that era? You never saw the Power
no, I don't watch
series?
No.
When they were talking about Kanan, like 50 Cent growing up, basically?
No.
And he had a friend, a black girl that was gay. Wait, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Power series. This girl right here. This girl right here. Let me see if we got a picture of her, like in the movie, like. And the little white girl she was dating and shit. That was the white girls look like. They were preppy. I watched this shit. That shit took me way back, motherfucker. That shit took me way back. Let me see here. See her right here? See how she dressed? She was gay, but all the girls dressed like that. Yeah, all the girls dressed like that. Let me just see if they got another picture of it.
I forget what they're called. They're called Oh, come on. I have one, man. I love that shit. That was one of my favorite sweaters. Sure did.
See how she dressed in here? She got a little polo joint on.
I mean,
they had the polo. Look. The hill figure shit. The polo jackets. Not hill figure, but the polo jackets.
But that's what
that's how the black girls are dressing.
Right, we like straight like I said. I would
the bamboo earrings. Look, they wasn't dressing like no fucking straight prostitute and shit like these bitches be dressing now. They wasn't dressing nothing like that. Their clothes was baggy, just like our clothes. They wasn't wearing no tight jeans, none of that shit. Was old the white girl that she was dating, and the white girl. Wait, let me see. I put in fucking white girl and shit because I don't know the bitch name. And then show up. Let's see here. See? That's how the white girls is dressing. And you see how the black girl dressed? See, look at her hair and the earrings. The white girls we go in the movies with look like her. The little preppy white girls and shit. They wasn't dressing like they dress. They wasn't dressing nothing the way they dress like now. Look.
I mean, if you wanted to take this argument back, though, like, you could literally just take this all the way back to Rome because high heels were literally created for the sole purpose.
You know, they wear some high heels and shit. Like, the black girls back then was going to church. I can't speak for the hood, but in the suburbs where, like, shit was normal, the black girls wasn't on that shit. It was a disgrace. People wasn't even smoking weed. If you smoke weed, you was a lame ass motherfucker. If you smoke cigarettes, you was a lame motherfucker. Nobody wanted to hang out with you. You smoke cigarettes, they're like, ew. You smoke cigarettes, like, ew. Nobody wanted to hang out with you. It wasn't until Cypress Hill and shit like that came out, and even then, people looked at you like you might as well smoke crack if you was smoking weed. Because people looked at me the same way. Oh, that nigga smoke weed and shit. That nigga fucking drug addict, motherfucker. It wasn't until way after when we started experimenting it and shit. I didn't start smoking weed till like the end of the summer of the end of my junior high. And I was like one of the only kids in the school that was smoking weed. Like besides the white kids, like the burnout, they was smoking weed and shit. Those are the motherfuckers that was smoking weed. Black kids wasn't smoking weed. They was athletes. You know what I'm saying? Most of the black kids, they're trying to play football or baseball, basketball or something. They wasn't trying to do no goddamn drugs. Know what I'm saying? We didn't know what no crack looked like. That's just the way it was. Like, know what I'm saying? And where I live, I can speak to where I live at. Where I lived at, that's what it was like. But back to this Guns N' Roses shit. But the back to the Guns N' Roses shit. I gotta stay on track here. So you talking about no goddamn Led Zeppelin?
I really don't. I don't know, because I've got a lot of younger kids in my family, and I get a little lost when like the media goes on about like how kids are more sexually revealing nowadays. I don't see that. Like, I see the same shit I've always seen, like normal kids' clothes. Like, yeah, like maybe it's because my family don't allow that, but like
now
maybe.
Ripped jeans and shit.
And how in Left Hand Path? How old?
Because the ripped jean thing was it.
Okay, so my nieces, most of my nieces are grown, but they don't ever dress like that. Like I got a niece who's got her own kids now. Everything else, she's clear in her 20s. So like, yeah, like it's not like a
white girls never dressed like that.
Even when she goes out to the bar and she's looking like, and she'll take a picture of herself like dressed up, you know what I'm saying? Her skirt don't get anywhere near her hips. Like it comes up a little bit above her knees. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So like a lot of people are like, I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess I don't see it. Like I really don't see it. Like because I guess
that's how it is out here. The white girls don't dress revealing.
Like I see them dressed like that on the
They
internet.
don't dress nothing like.
Well, no, like I see them dressed like that on the internet, but I don't ever see them dressed like that in like public. At least not here in the Midwest because it gets too fucking cold. I'm sorry, it gets way too fucking cold.
Yeah.
You go try.
Like, even like I used to drive cabs to take all the college girls out. They like, and where I was driving cabs, that college. When I was driving cabs, and that college was voted #1 for the hottest college girls in the country. Fairfield University. They was #2 one year. The year after that, it was #1 in Playboy magazine for the hottest college girls. And they didn't dress all slutty and shit like that. You know, they might be wearing some goddamn, you know, like the little college sweatpants and some shit with their little with their little flip-flops on and shit. It'd be cold as fuck in the winter and they wearing that shit. But like you never saw them wear, like if they wearing like a skirt or something like that, it wasn't nothing like slutty and revealing. But like he said, like, you know, it was a short skirt, but the shit wasn't like you a goddamn prostitute.
The thing is with like,
you know what I'm saying? Like they can go somewhere with their parents and dress like that.
Right. Like I can't speak.
You know what I'm saying? Like they could go somewhere with their parents dressed that way.
Well, see, a lot of the thing is too is some of the stuff that we consider like slutty or revealing, women don't wear it to do that. Like it's kind of like we just don't understand because we don't have that same attraction clothing that they may have, but they don't wear it just to impress a guy. It's like when you see a shirt that you like and you want to wear it, you know what I'm saying? Like women are the same kind of way. Like they just it's with different things, you know? So like that's, I feel like a lot of people try to be like, you know, the younger generation is dressing sleazy. They're just doing their thing. They're just doing their thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's whatever is how I see it. You know, like that's just their style. Like in truth, like it really, I feel like it comes into like what we advocate to them that like can become damaging or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, like at the same time that it's not good to like overdo sex, it's not good to completely cut it out. You know, like I can't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, because I just definitely want to say because you know, especially with like you know, one of my daughters. You know, she's definitely into like, you know, the makeup. She's definitely into like putting on a cute little outfit with her shoes and all that. But you know, one thing about her is that like, you know, she's been in situations where she's actually been in you know, the kid it was when he was first started out. She was in one of his videos, and you definitely didn't see her in there doing anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? She was just, you know, a face, you know, and I was definitely like proud. Like I said, they're not all like that, you know,
Yeah.
especially, you know, that's why parents are still important, you know, regardless. I just need to interject that too, because, you know, just
Yeah. Well, that plays a big role of it. I guess that's what I was kind of summing up in like what we advocate to children, like because it's more than just the parents that are responsible for raising the kid. It's like the community as a whole, like because you kind of have to hold the community responsible because this kid's going to wander out into the community.
And I definitely agree with that.
Like so, um, but it's basically it's what we kind of advocate to them. I don't think it's so much like the clothing or things that they pick up, not how revealing or whatever they may be. Because I did my own crazy thing back. I got sent home from school one day for wearing a fishnet shirt when I was in high school. So
Oh wow, that's
Jamaican.
I used to have Liberty Spikes, and I used to have the fucking fishnet shirt, like the see-through rock and roll fishnet shirt, and I wore that to school. With a black wife beater underneath it, and they sent me home for too much skin showing.
Wow.
So I mean, I dressed revealing probably in high school.
Now the burnout chicks, some of them used to get sent home. Some of them, like the burnout heavy metal chicks, some of them used to get sent home for what they used to wear to school. But you never saw a black chick and nothing get sent home for what she was wearing. But not the regular white chicks, but the burnout heavy metal chicks that listen to motherfucking Guns N' Roses and Poison and Motley Crue and shit like that.
First of all, First of all, like when I'm thinking of like my I'm thinking of my homegirl Katrina, and like I said, she was definitely into like Metallica and some really hardcore shit. Not no Guns and like she listened, but she was way hardcore than what you just named. Way hardcore.
Yeah. Yup, and like they used to dress like what you call like the groupies for the rock and roll bands and shit. Like, know what I'm saying? Like they they was down. They was smoking their cigarettes and all that shit. Like nobody smoked cigarettes in the whole school except the heavy metal people. Those are the only people that smoked cigarettes in the school. All the other white girls or the black girls or the white boys or the black dudes and boys or whatever, ain't none of them smoked cigarettes, did drugs.
Smoking with cigarettes?
Yeah, they wasn't smoking those cigarettes. Only the burnout.
No.
Only the heavy metal people smoke cigarettes.
No, I was doing La Milton.
Yeah, like you get locked down on for smoking cigarettes when even after high school, there wasn't nobody smoking no damn cigarettes. My boy, the only black dude in school was my boy, Timmy and shit. He used to hang with the burnouts and shit, because he was into like cars and shit, like Camaros and bullshit like that. And like, know what I'm saying? Like where the heavy metal dudes, they was into all cars, like muscle cars and shit like that. And that's where he got smoking cigarettes and shit from that shit. He was the only black dude in the school that smoked cigarettes. Now, look at this. I gotta get back into Guns N' Roses and shit. Right? Now, when they made that song, they asked Slash about it. Slash is multiracial. His mother is black and his father is British. Right? And I find what he says is interesting, but it is true. Right? It's just his experience. Right? And I know people that was like him. And so I understand what he was saying. Right? But Slash has spoken out on Guns N' Roses' decision to remove the track One in a Million from the reissue of Appetite for Destruction after decades of being accused of racism and homophobia. Available in a variety of new formats featuring 5 discs, LPs, the 7-inch, and all that bullshit. So basically, they made a box set, Guns N' Roses box set, and they used every song that they did, even the lost tracks, but they left the song "One in a Million" out. Right? For the people that didn't know what the lyrics was, here we go again. "One in a Million" drew heavy criticism for featuring the lyrics "Police and niggas. That's right. Get out of my way. Don't need to buy none of your gold chains today." As well as immigrants and the F word. I ain't gonna say that shit. They make no sense to me. They come to our country and think they can do as they please. Like start some mini Iran or spread some fucking disease. So what was big in the 80s? AIDS and HIV.
Yeah.
So he's saying all the gay people, all they do is spreading fucking disease.
He's fucking.
And if you an ear, they say you start some mini Iran.
He's dog whistling all over the place, dude. That's like straight up Frederick.
Yeah. And I don't know if you came out here when I said it. The song is on YouTube right now. Not on a regular person's channel, but on the Guns N' Roses channel.
Yeah.
With 6.8 million views. So what does that tell you? Sure. They still making money from that song.
Yeah.
They making money from the song. Not only Guns N' Roses making money from the song, but them people is making money from the song. The same one that want to blacklist Kanye West. They making money off of these lyrics right now. They making money off of it. They made money because I clicked on it and played it earlier.
If they're gonna blacklist one, then
before I did the show, I tell you. So why isn't this song taken off their YouTube channel?
See that?
Know what I'm saying?
Most likely because people haven't brought attention to it, and a lot of the generation of people that cling around that style of music, well, let's face it, they're kind of fucking racist. Like, and I don't know too many people that listen to like hair metal butt rock that aren't like you pulled some dumb racist shit at comment out their ass at some point. Like,
and you listen to the song, like the lyrics. I read the lyrics. Know what I said? I said this sound like some old Screwdriver shit.
It does.
This sound like Screwdriver would do a cover of this shit.
Right, it does. I was making fun of that a few days ago with my friend.
Like I read the straight up lyrics before. This is just a clip from the lyrics. I read the whole song. I was like, this sound like a goddamn Oi song and shit.
Fucking
so Slash, but you know how Slash look. You wouldn't know Slash is half white, half black. You look at him. I wouldn't know that motherfucker was mixed.
You can't tell immediately.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Nope. It says, why the song also calls out radicals and racists, Axl Rose's choice of language attracted great criticism at the time of the release. Now, in a new interview with Rolling Stone, Slash said, we collectively decided that it just didn't have any place in the box set. It didn't take long. There wasn't a big round table thing over it. Speaking on his own background of having African-American mother and a British father, he continued, it never had been part of my makeup to be able to differentiate myself from anybody else because of color. I went through a lot of that as a kid. In school, you're pigeonholed into being more aware of your background. When I started doing my own thing, especially playing guitar, it wasn't so much of a thing. I never really cared to identify one way or another, right? Now, I can look at that and understand that. Right? He in school, he half white, half black. The black kid saying, you a white boy. The white motherfuckers calling him a nigga. Right? So he finds something that he like. And he stick himself in a place, right? And now he he could back away from it all, right? Just like me, right? I was a hip hop head and shit. I used to dress hip hop. I was the best dressed kid in the school. I used to go to school wearing goddamn $500 worth of clothes and shit. Like, know what I'm saying? I had fly ass shit, wearing Valley shoes, all that shit. And I got into skateboard. I ain't give a fuck about none of that shit no more. I'm wearing flannels and shit. Then I started wearing flight jackets and Doc Martens and shit. Know what I'm saying? And I found my own wave. Right? And now that whole thing didn't really matter to me. Like, it didn't matter like that. It wasn't even paid attention to that much to me. And just like I know a dude that I believe he was mixed. I believe he was mixed and stuff. I don't know for sure. I never seen his parents. His name is Darian. He still does music. He's a really good guitarist and stuff, right? Yeah. He started playing guitar and the drums. And he just got in his own wave, like he just had his friends with just other people that play guitar, like loners that play guitar and drums and shit like that. So he just chose to hang around them motherfuckers, right? Said when I started doing my own thing, especially playing guitar, there wasn't much of a thing. I just never really cared to have to identify one way or another. Why can black people go up to each other and say nigga, but when a white guy does it, it's all of a sudden it's a big put down? Frontman Axl Rose told Rolling Stone in 1989, defending his lyrics. So he's saying shit. Black people say it all the time. Why the fuck I can't say it? Same thing Joe Rogan said. I don't like boundaries of any kind. I don't like being told what I can and what I can't say. I use the N-word because it's a word to describe somebody that is basically a pain in your life, a problem. The word nigga doesn't necessarily mean black.
This is all like dog whistling. Like Bill Asimov did the same shit. Like fucking, he like screamed white power on stage, and later tried to be like, "No, I was just joking," or some dumbass excuse like that. There's always some shit around it. Like when all eyes are on him and everybody's like irritated with what they say, they get that human reaction of kind of stumbling over themselves and shit. They start trying to backtrack and say other shit. Yeah.
Yeah, or a motherfucker that act drunk. I know white people that would act drunk, then decide to say racist shit. But you know they ain't that drunk. Yeah. They pretended to be drunk just so they could test you and see if you do anything if they say it. And then if you don't say nothing, they're going to try it again. They're going to try it again. Then they're going to say something else. Then they're going to say something else. Until they get punched in their fucking shit. Yeah. And oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, I was drunk. No, you wasn't, motherfucker. You ain't drink that goddamn much. To know what the fuck you not know what the fuck you saying. Right. I seen that shit plenty of times. A motherfucker act like they drunk and try to use the N-word. Nope. Damn, I think we lost him.
Yeah, I'm still here though.
Like
I almost got lost too because I'm on my phone. I'm clicking.
Right. He should be back in a second.
Yeah, I didn't know about the. I mean, I knew Slash was biracial, but I didn't know that. He did. What's his name? Had that song.
Yeah, it's. Well, I mean, I don't want to say I don't dislike it. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't surprise me. Like yeah, no, like a lot of people like this get away with like all sorts of racist shit like all the fucking time. Like.
Absolutely. I mean, my thing is one thing that I at least want to make sure that I take a stance and that I'm never quiet about it to anyone.
Yeah.
To not to my family. Like if I hit, well, I'm just saying hypothetically, down. Hold on. That's my out of balance washer. But you know what I'm saying? Just to check it whenever what I'm saying, and I never to turn a blind eye to it. I even, quit a job. You know, I was definitely made sure that I was aligned myself up to get some unemployment though. But I couldn't work there. Like this man was, he was a, what do they call it, evangelical Republican. So like every afternoon he'd be down in his office listening to Rush Limbaugh. Like I just, and then like the one lady that had worked there for like forever, like she was an older woman, and her dog had died. Again, I say he's evangelical, and she's crying and she's sobbing. Oh my God, dog! And he's like, well, she's not going to go to heaven. And like she just like, why would you say it to someone, like, because like, apparently again in the Bible it says, they're soulless or whatever, I don't know. And yet he tell her that, like, yeah, just leave, like I don't know why you like making a big deal out of it, like it's just dog, like, you won't see it, you won't see it, or she said, I think she said, I will see him when he gets to heaven, and he like tells her like, no you won't.
Yeah, no, that's just something you don't do to somebody.
Yeah, and
where did I cut off at? Because I noticed that my shit wasn't
on.
You were just explaining that. Oh, sorry.
You ain't had no sideburns on before and shit, but you got some stick-on sideburns?
No, I've had these for a while.
I was saying earlier, I was going to make a joke. I was like, you look.
No, he's just probably not used to seeing me shaved. Half the time when I'm in front of a camera, I keep being a dumbass and pulling the camera out on myself when I'm like not shaved.
I swear, if this mouse I got was a gun, I would have been shot myself in the leg about 15 times tonight. But yeah, earlier I was like, what happened to sideburns? I was like, get out of here looking like he just came from the art gallery or some shit.
No, they've been there. I just, most of the time when you see me, I've got like the rest of it going on, and I usually don't keep it well shaved lately. But I've been trying to keep up on that more because I've been taking a break from shaving as I've been getting older.
Yeah,
I used to be able to dry shave real easy. I didn't even need like shaving cream or anything like that. But it's been starting to hurt my skin as I get older, so I'm gonna need to get fucking shaving cream and shit, and taking more time with it. Like, so it's like,
yeah, I'm scared of that goddamn razor and shit. I look like Gator Man, the motherfucker. I touched that goddamn razor and shit. I shouldn't that should be crazy. I'd be scratching and itching that motherfucker like I'm a dope fiend.
That's why in like half my videos, I've got like shit going on all throughout here, is because like lately I've just, over the past couple of years, I've slowed. Because I used to keep a clean face all the time because I could just shave, like dry shave, and be fine. Like,
yeah,
my skin was just good for it. But as I've gotten older, it's just, nope. I'll get like big bumps and fucking infections if I do that. My whole face will turn red.
You're Israelite. That's why, because you an Israelite. They used to say, when black people face break out from shaving, like the razor bumps and all that shit, they said that's God's curse. Because the law said you're not supposed to put a razor on your face. You're not supposed to shave. So they said when you do that and you break up, that's God cursing you and shit. That what they used to say back in the day. Yeah, that shit crazy.
I was always able to shave real fucking easy, like real easy.
This is a little bit more on the thing here. It said he explained they were inspired in part by African American con artists. Explaining the lyrics in '88, as singer Axl said, they were inspired in part by African American con artists in Los Angeles, and added, "Why can black people go up to each other and say nigga, but when a white guy does it, all of a sudden it's a big put down? I don't like boundaries of any kind. I don't like being told what I can and cannot say. I use the N-word because is a word to describe somebody that's basically a pain in your life, a problem. The word nigga doesn't necessarily mean black. In 92, he added, I was pissed off about some black people that were trying to rob me, and I wanted to insult those particular black people. Regardless, that's the same shit a motherfucker was saying today. And it's almost, and it makes me think too that a lot of the white people that say that shit, they got that shit from listening to Axl Rose.
Yeah.
After I'm reading this, because you know how motherfuckers will repeat the same thing? It's shit is like, because it's not coming from their head. It's not their feeling. It's something that they heard and say, yo, that's a good excuse, so I'm going to use that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said, the immigrants, he explained, a lot of people from countries like Iran, Pakistan, China, Japan, etc., get jobs in these convenience stores and gas stations. Then they treat you like you don't belong here. He claimed the F word line came from very bad experience with homosexuals, including an attempted rape. Attempted rape? I'm not
There's no
going
reason to take that shit out on gay people. Like, I've had shit dropped in my drink and had to walk like miles home.
Who tried to rape Axl Rose? That's what I want to know.
Right. Well, you can't. I'm not pointing or belittling the gay community, but it's just like any other community. Like the straight white community has people in it that are rapists. Like
I told you that
like,
that music industry.
Yeah, because I've had shit dropped in my drink before because I'm open minded and I used to stop by a couple of my friends used to hang out at a gay bar downtown, so I'd stop through there when I was downtown, and I had a guy drop something in my fucking drink, and I ended up having to walk like 3 miles home. It was a terrifying experience because like only time I've ever felt like something invisible was behind me, pulling me by the spine, and my head kept hitting the fucking ground. Because literally, I was like roofied. So like, I'd try to walk so many feet, and I'd fall backwards. Like I ended up passing out in my front yard.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a terrifying fucking experience. I drug myself in like stay awake all the way to the way home, and passed out in my front yard. I was not gonna have some shit happen.
That might have been Jeffrey Dahmer, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was not gonna have some shit happen to me.
That might have been Jeffrey Dahmer, motherfucker. God damn! Wow.
I didn't even know the dude was on to me like that either. I couldn't even tell. He just seemed like a guy trying to have a conversation with me, like how you and me would have a conversation.
Wow. Yep. Hear that, people? Be careful when you go to the bar or some shit. You never know.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
I mean, okay, so I'm not trying to be the person, but as a female, yes, I definitely knew that. But left hand path, I'm like, I definitely understand. Like that is I can't that is such a crazy experience to go through. Trust me, I have been there. It wasn't a drink, but I've been to where I've been inebriated and I don't even know how I got home. So yeah. But that's what I'm saying. On top of that, then you were like actually like being preyed upon. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, I've had it happen more than once. I've had someone try to get physical with me before, and okay, so there's a library downtown here with like glass windows. I won't say I damaged them in any way, but I did throw a guy into them because he was a gay guy. He kept hitting on me. I used to wear like stretch jeans and shit and be in a whole like punk rock thing, but like I was straight. Yeah. Like I wasn't disrespectful to him. Like I was just like, yeah, I don't swing that way, man. I'm sorry. Like I feel flattered and all, but I don't swing that way. You know, like. And he just kept coming after me, and like it was weird. He's like he kept following me, like because I ran into him on multiple occasions, like twice downtown and once when I was leaving counseling. And like fucking the third time he came up to me, he said some shit like, "You're gonna give me that ass," and I fucking grabbed him, and I shit you not, I threw that motherfucker into a glass window. Like I'm only 110 pounds, but my adrenaline was like and I fucking threw his ass into a fucking glass window. Like, it was
Right,
like,
because no,
fucking do what? And like the cops were like down the street and they looked at me and like he just took off fucking running. Like, it was funny as shit. Like,
holy shit. I was telling Navy today that then you was talking about blacking out alcohol and shit, and like he said, you don't really know what you got a pot till you black out one day. And I was telling him about there was a party next door, and and I only remember drinking like 2-3 beers, and like I ain't gonna get like that with goddamn 2-3 beers and shit. And my cousin was there, and he said, the next thing I know, I'm in my bed. He had to bring me in the house, and I don't even know how I got in the house. He said, yo, you was wilding last night. He said, you was at the table telling this bitch and shit, why you fucking with this nigga because he ain't got no teeth in his mouth and all types of crazy shit. I don't remember none of that shit. And I'm like, yo, somebody drugged my ass, yo, because I ain't never been like that before. And then a girl said the same shit. It was like, yo, me too. I wasn't drinking like that either. Like somebody put something in my drink. And I had an ex-girl that happened to and shit at a club.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that shit can happen. That shit's terrifying when it does too, because you just start losing consciousness. Like,
yup. Don't even know what hit you.
yeah.
And so, like, he said he got raped. That's interesting, because I was gonna say something about him, right? And why he said the things that he said. And I'm trying to get to it right now. So check this out. He said, including attempted rape. I'm not against them doing what they do, as long as they're not hurting nobody and they're not forcing it upon me. Elton John, who once performed with Axl Rose Live, said in 2017, never in a million years did I think Axl Rose was homophobic. I'll fight for anyone who is misunderstood and misrepresented by the idiots out there. Right? Now, I saw an article also today that Kurt Cobain couldn't stand Axl Rose because of the things that Axl Rose said. And that at a award show or something, they said Kurt Cobain spit on the piano that he thought Axl Rose was going to play. But it ended up being Elton John using the piano. So that's probably the same thing that Elton John's talking about, performing with him. Know what I'm saying? So, wait, hold on. Now, how the fuck that shit move all the way the fuck back up there? Where I left off here. The band are released a number of different. Okay, all right. So this thing, Axl Rose, homophobic or whatever, made these claims about gay people, right? Now, check this out right here. / Michael Jackson. Okay, we gotta read this too. I want to hear the thing about Michael Jackson and Axl Rose. Now, when Slash was going to play with Michael Jackson, okay, here we go. When Michael Jackson caused a feud between Axl Rose and Slash. And I guess this is when Slash left the group. Every Guns N' Roses fan now, Axl Rose has a long history of feuds with other musicians. The rocker built a reputation as one of the most controversial art rock scene. I don't know why that shit jumped around.
You shitty fucking dude.
And with his notoriously sharp tongue, from Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain to Bon Jovi founder John Bon Jovi. I forgot about John Bon Jovi. He was a bad motherfucker, boy. And shit, I'm a cowboy. I'm still horse I ride. That was a bad motherfucker. That motherfucker had all the bitches back in the day, goddamn Bon Jovi. The frontman seemed unable to stop himself from starting disputes. The singer's unapologetic attitude isn't just towards others, as his guitarist Slash experienced his share of Axl Rose's temper in the past. The bandmates also had multiple fights throughout their time, and Guns N' Roses, one of which was because of the king of pop, Michael Jackson. The initiation of this dispute traces back to Rose's childhood, and we're here to break it to you. Now, remember what he just said. Slash worked with Michael Jackson. Guns N' Roses artist Slash had worked with countless legendary musicians throughout his music career that spans over four decades. The list includes artists such as Alice Cooper, Bob Dylan, Brian May, and many more on whom he appeared on stage or albums. Since he regarded as one of the greatest guitarists of all time, Michael Jackson also wanted to work with Slash. The duo went down to the record plant in Hollywood, where they recorded the debut single of Jackson's 8th studio album, Dangerous. Guns N' Roses icon appeared on Given to Me and the King of Pop's last studio album, Invincible. Invincible, I think Teddy Riley did Invincible. My boy that I was in the cult with, he's a famous world-class DJ, and he was the only DJ to ever work with Michael Jackson. He did the Remember the Time song. He did the scratch production on Remember the Time song with Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
I've been trying to get him on the show, but he's a little bugged out now. Released on October 3rd, 2001, in addition to playing on his record, Slash was spotted performing with Michael Jackson on stage during his shows, including the Michael Jackson 30th anniversary special, in which was their last show. The Slash collaboration devastated Axl Rose. Now listen to the reason why. After a decade working with Guns N' Roses, Slash announced on October 96 that he was no longer a band member. His decision was fueled by his personal and creative differences with Axl Rose. But he didn't give more details. According to the band's former manager, Doug Goldstein, their feud started when Slash worked with Michael Jackson. In his own words during 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, Axl said the King of Pop was a pedophile when rumors started swirling around, saying he was a pedophile.
Damn.
Since his father abused Axl during his childhood, his bandmate's decision to work with a musician accused of pedophilia hurt Rose's feelings. If you ask Goldstein, the frontman could have ignored anything but child abuse, and thus Slash decisions created the first crack in their relationship. So Axl Rose wanted to be able to say whatever the fuck he wanted to say when he wanted to motherfucker say it. And when he say it do, remember, it was in quotes when I read it earlier. He wanted to be able to do and say what the fuck he wanted to do when he felt like it, right?
Yeah.
Now we're looking at he want to call Michael Jackson a pedophile and want to stop Slash from performing with him. What about motherfuckers that want to perform with Axl Rose because he a racist or a homophobe or anti-immigrant or a bigot, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah.
Now his little pussy hurt we hear the thing to talk about how why he don't like gays and shit, and why he don't like gay people, right? And he said, "Oh, I was almost raped once." Shit, Axl Rose's ass could be gay himself, and don't want nobody to know. And since his father abused Axl during his childhood, his bandmate's decision to work with the musician accused of pedophilia hurt Rose's feelings. If you ask Goldstein, the frontman could have ignored anything which the Slash decision created the first crack in their relationship. According to Rolling Stone, Goldstein said in 91, we were on the road and Slash went to my office and said, I'll be leaving tomorrow to play with Michael Jackson. Now, this ain't too far after all that song he made. That's not too long after that. On a tribute concert, I told him not to do it because Axl was molested by his father when he was 2. And he believed the charges against Michael Jackson. Everyone knew Eddie Van Halen received $1 million to play and Beat It. I didn't know that shit. I didn't know Eddie Van Halen played Beat It.
I didn't know that either.
He's the person on the guitar. I didn't know that shit. He got $1 million. But check this out. This is funny. So I asked Slash, how much are you receiving? And he said, I'll just get a big screen TV.
Yeah, I was just seeing.
So he like, fuck that, nigga. I want that big screen TV. This is 91. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't had no big. They had big screen TVs in 91. Like them big shits, like the big motherfuckers. It was like a big ass. It was like having like 3 motherfucking refrigerators and shit put together.
I remember that shit.
Big screen TVs was big as fuck back then. No shit wasn't like no screen on the wall and shit like that.
All right. No,
that shit was like 6 floor-model TVs on the stack. Yup. It said when Axl found out Slash was going to play with Michael Jackson and that the payment was a big screen TV, he was devastated. He like, you going against Axl Rose? Oh, no. I'm going to bring you down.
Hey, yo, you are fucking retarded. Yo. Excuse me. You are fucking out. Yo. Yo.
When Axl found out Slash was going to play with Michael Jackson and the payment was a big screen TV, he was devastated. He thought Slash would support him and be against all abuse. Slash stood by your ass being black and you calling motherfuckers niggas? He did that for you, nigga, for how many years?
Right.
87, 88, 89, 90, now 91, 4 years. He thought Slash would support him and be against all abuse. So now we found out that Axl Rose has a soft spot. He can talk all that shit he want. But you want to talk about the abuse shit? Oh, hell no, nigga.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. I don't want to hear it, no. That's crazy. And Slash did it for a big screen TV, nigga. From the point of view of Axl, that was the only problem. He could ignore the drugs and the alcohol, but could never. Wait, hold on. But could never the child abuse. That's heavy right there. Though the feud lasted for 20 years, Axl Rose and Slash made amends when the guitarist called his former bandmate to talk things through. Slash then rejoined Guns N' Roses to headline in the Coachella 2016. So goddamn over 20 years later. Right? That's 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years. And performed with the band for the first time in 23 years. Not for no big screen TV. I'm gonna bring you down. That motherfucker's big screen, six screen. Michael Jackson finessed the shit out of that motherfucker, yo. Michael Jackson finessed the shit out of that motherfucker, yo. Wait, who up in here? Yo, do me a favor. If y'all motherfuckers got wrenches, take these motherfuckers up out the chat and shit. This weird porn shit, yo. That shit be weird as fuck. And you niggas just keep coming with that bullshit, too. What up, Shamian? Oh, now you went to sleep or some shit.
Yeah, it's like XXX18.online was, yeah, it's fucking, what's with that? Why are there like porn bots invading and shit? That's weird.
Yup. And they keep switching up the game too. Mm-hmm. Keep switching that shit up. Shout out said Judah Nasty, that's who Killer B. I don't know. I missed that. That was what, 11:53? Yeah, that was a while ago and shit. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. But big screen. So all of a sudden they find that soft spot with this motherfucker. Talking all that shit. Talking shit to everybody. Well, motherfucker should have been saying, that's why your daddy was fucking you in your ass, nigga. That would have set them up. And they should have made a song talking about it. That what motherfuckers should have did.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's some piece of, like, how you going to say all that shit and then get mad at this motherfucker? He wasn't mad about this motherfucker being a child molester or accusing him of that shit. Axl Rose is going to go about his business and do what he needed to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had no money if he was doing that shit for a big screen TV. And I can't believe Michael played him like that. Paid this motherfucker $1 million for a song, but he wanted to give this motherfucker a big screen TV. Whoever heard of an artist going on tour with another one of the biggest artists in the world, and his only payment is a big screen TV? That might have been a big ass screen TV though. That big screen TV might have been big as fuck.
And he could have also written it off for tax purposes. Also, just saying.
Yep. So that shit was free to Michael. Yep. Ain't this some shit? Welcome to the jungle. So that shit just like crazy. How that motherfucker is unbelievable, man. It is unbelievable. But as we see, my point is that this man is still allowed to make money from that song, where Kanye West has been blacklisted, and his creations literally taken from him.
Yeah.
Literally taken from him. The Yeezy shoe is no longer associated with Kanye West. No longer associated with him. And that's fucked up. Like, they supposed to have some type of severance thing, like, hey, listen here. Like, you wilding out, nigga.
Hold on. They own the name Yeezy?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, just like Kanye West's name is probably owned by the label and shit he started out on. Just like Prince. You remember when Prince changed his name to a symbol? He couldn't get out the contract, so he changed his name. Back when I used to DJ, right? when I used to DJ like in the 90s and then fucking 2000 shit, right? I used to go to a boy's record shop where he was like basically a promoter for Def Jam. And like he was like at a marketing company shit that he worked with Def Jam. So I would go there, knowing little like $15, $20, pick up like 3-4 records a week or whatever hot just coming out, he got it. Like he got it before it dropped, before that shit even on the radio, he got it, right? So I would go there and he would give me all these extra records. And sometimes I would get what you call white labels. White label records are records that artists make and get money from without the label being involved. So you get a record with nothing on it. On the label, you put a label in the middle of the record, it'll just be white. And the name of the song will be on there. That's it. The name of the artist or nothing wouldn't appear on there. So like, it might be, say, Ghostface, or Raekwon or somebody, right? Might do a song with somebody or for a DJ. You know how like, I don't know if y'all know about DJ Big Mike from Connecticut, but he did a lot of mixtapes with the features and stuff. Like you could get, I could pay Big Mike some money and he'll do a mixtape and take one of my songs and put an artist on that motherfucker. Know what I'm saying? But the art with the white label, the artists don't get no recognition. So it's like you come to my studio, I got this beat, you lay a track on it, and I pay you a couple $1,000. And you just rap the song. And now I can take that and do what the fuck I want with that motherfucker. And the record label got nothing involved with it. Because, you know, an artist can't go doing a song for somebody without the record label approving it and being involved with it. You know what I'm saying? They got to get their money. They got to track the record. You know, you got the BMI, what is it? The BMI and the ASCAP and all that bullshit. So this is basically like a legal record for artists to be able to get some money on the side. Because, you know, an artist only making a couple cents off an album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Off a record. Now they getting all the bread up front. It's the same thing with drill rappers and stuff is doing today, where they're not signed with nobody, but they'll go do a show. They go do a show somewhere and get paid $50,000. Yeah. Tax free. Then it's right off in the sunset with the bag full of money. So it was like artists that are signed was able to do this and get all the money. And that's what they would put on the white label records. So it was like, shit, I forgot where I was going with that motherfucker. I forgot where I was going with that shit in the beginning. I'm too goddamn long-winded. Getting my own goddamn shit. Goddamn. But yeah, like that's what like a lot of artists was doing back then and shit. So it was a way for artists to make more money, like to the side. And the label not being involved with that motherfucker. But we got Axl Rose making money off of this shit to this day. The record label is making the money off of them to this day, off them songs. Off them racist songs. Yeah. Yeah. Why? You got Kanye West and like, look, Nick Cannon is a dumb motherfucker, like, because he in the cult. That motherfucker in the cult, stupid as all hell. Stupid as all hell. The cult them pumped him up to say them shits and ruin his career. The same thing happened to Lauryn Hill. I did a video on that. When she started following that cult ass nigga, pumped her head up on some the Illuminati and the Catholic Church and all this shit. And now she want to spread this motherfucker's message because she feel like this motherfucker is some God-sent motherfucker that taught her this deep knowledge about what's going on in the world and shit. Now she want to spread the word for this nigga and shit and fuck her whole career up. When she got invited to the Vatican to sing, And instead of this bitch just singing a goddamn song and taking her fucking black ass home, what's she gonna do? She gonna go to the Vatican and start talking shit about the Vatican, talking about y'all up in here fucking with them kids and shit. Ain't nobody told her to go. You got invited to go sing your goddamn fucking song, bitch. And now you want to go up in the Vatican and drop a dime on the motherfuckers up in their house.
That is, you gotta admit that is kind of funny though.
And now the bitch broke. The bitch broke. We might see this bitch at Walmart. We might go to Walmart one day and see this bitch in line and shit.
That is kind of funny though. But
It's
kind of funny. Like it's just like, hey, I came here to play a song, but first I'm gonna tell you stop touching little fucking boys. Like,
yeah, that shit wild. She wanted to drop the bomb on the niggas and do the mic drop. She could have did that shit at home. She could have said, nah, I ain't going to that motherfucker and just drop the bomb at home. No, this bitch gonna take her little musty butt to motherfucking the Vatican and shit. Instead of playing that goddamn song and shit, this bitch gonna drop a dime on them. Y'all need to stop fucking with them goddamn kids, you nasty southern bitches. Like, notice, you know, they looking around. Her manager probably like just did the big face palm on the fucking forehead, like, oh shit, this stupid ass bitch. Done fucked up everybody money. Now the bitch broke, living with her mama. That's a goddamn shame. Broke, living with her goddamn mama. Had all the opportunity in the world to make it big. And she can follow behind some old boogie eating coke motherfucker. And let him fuck her whole shit up. And she probably gave all her money to that motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Probably gave all her money to that motherfucker.
That's usually what happens to people like that, but yeah.
Yeah. And then when the money gone, the coke leader don't want nothing to do with her. Coke leader says, oh, you wicked bitch. Like, you just a wicked bitch. That's why the Most High not helping you, because you're not doing right. Wait a minute, I gave you all my money and shit. Well, you ain't got no more money because you're wicked.
Yeah.
And now the coke put it on you and shit. Like you doing something wrong. They'll do that shit quick. They say, well, the Most High ain't blessing you because you're wicked. Because you're doing something. You're not telling us what you're doing.
Yeah.
You watching porn again? You watching porn again? I bet you're watching that porn. Yeah, you're smoking weed again, ain't you? I bet you're smoking weed, so the Most High curse you. The Most High gonna smoke you. He gonna smoke you. You keep smoking that weed, the Most High gonna smoke you. Yup, this shit crazy. Goddamn, I done went over 2 hours and shit. Let me get the fuck up out of here. I had to edit that video. I had a hard time editing that shit. That shit was retarded as all hell. I spent all night and day fucking with that shit. So I think what I'm gonna do is just play it and like live stream the shit playing on my fucking computer. That's the best way, because the file's too fucking big and I'm having a hard time fucking like downloading the shit from Final Cut. That shit just fucking, it's just a headache. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna play it and just stream it over and shit. But yeah, I thank y'all for coming on here with me and shit. You and Chicka Pow. Fucking Chicka Pow and shit trying to take a shot earlier and shit. I had to sit her ass down for a second and shit. Chicka Pow and shit trying to flex. Right, Chicka Pow?
Listen.
I'm like, look at Chicka Pow and shit. I was like, oh shit, look, Chicka Pow trying to put me on the spot. I'm like, all right, I got you.
No, I wasn't.
She was like, no, that nigga wasn't in no New Kids in the Block.
No, because I only know his brother to be in there. I didn't know like I know like his ties, but I didn't know like he was actually in it.
Well, now you know, nigga.
Okay, well listen. And I thought I was a New Kids on the Block fan.
Now you do.
Well, what you heard what I just said, right? I said, and I thought I was the New Kids on the Block fan. No, I'm fucking with you. All right, well, have a good night.
Yup, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Left Hand Kitchen Magic. Y'all go check out Left Hand channel.
I think I'm pretty sure I'm already subscribed. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely already.
When the train's coming back, yo. I see you doing the music now with the demons and shit in that shit.
No, well, soon I'm actually be doing the trains here. Actually, real soon, probably within like the next week. I want to finish up my noise album.
Yeah.
Terraria Audio, which is what I changed my channel name to. But yeah, I'm gonna be finishing that up. That's gonna be about like 20 to 25 tracks for the first album I'm putting out. I'm gonna be putting out more albums too.
What are you using to make that?
It's just FL Studios, and I'm using like it's noise, so you don't have to like really follow the basic concepts like of music.
Yeah,
it's all kind of based from an emotion, like in other words. So like really, what I'm using a lot of is like I do use some synthesizers, and I'll like pre-make some sounds with synthesizers in some cases. I use gabbers for a lot of my beats. But a majority of it, I've been using like recordings of factories, recordings of just industrial environments, just any sort of odd thing I can pick up. I just did one where I used that radio transmission we got from, I think it's the Palladian Star or whatever, where it was like, we don't know what the fuck it's saying, but we got like some weird message from space. Sounds like a bunch of clicks and whistles.
Yeah.
I use that for a noise track because it just interested the fuck out of me. So, like, I mean, yeah,
what's the name of the software?
It's
you
like
said FL Studios.
Yeah, FL Studios is what I'm using right now.
It's what?
FL Studios, Fruity Loops. Like it's the most common one.
FL Studios or FL?
No, FL.
FL. Oh, you're talking about Fruity Loops then. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, all right. I got
you. Studio. I've got a...
I remember when that shit first came out. I had that shit when that shit first dropped.
Because everybody either uses that or Ableton. That's like the two main ones that people use is that and Ableton. And I have Ableton, but I don't like... I like using FL. Like, I have Ableton. But I like using FL. Like
I got Ableton on my shit too. I don't even use that shit.
Yeah.
Yup. Fruity Loops and shit, like I don't even like I'm just like sick of doing music and shit. Like I just gave music up. Like I download all the latest software and that shit just sits on my computer and shit.
That's actually what inspired me to literally to do noise was like I just got kind of tired of trying to because almost all the way up till I was almost 30, I was trying to fuck around like and just rock and roll and just get something started there. I had like a lot of creative ideas and projects. This scene here is a little fucking narrow-minded.
I like a lot of that abstract stuff people are doing now.
Yeah.
There's a lot. They got a huge like scene in Boston. Not Boston, but like Massachusetts, like lower Massachusetts. And stuff with a lot of people doing a lot of experimental music. One of my supporters, Sahara Jr. And it's his name at the bottom of the thing. If you type him in and shit, he got some stuff on SoundCloud and shit. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the project's called Terraria Audio, which is Latin for terror. So it's basically terror audio.
Yeah.
The first album is basically just I'll translate that. You can see it on the page when you look on there. But it's Latin for war against music. That's going to be the first album. And then most likely I have plans for another couple albums after this. And I'm hoping I can do a collaboration with another friend of mine that does noise that goes by the YouTube name Eric Other. He does a survival channel currently right now. And he's also doing kind of a movie because he does this like homeless survival thing where he doesn't ask for money or anything like that. He just goes out with like a knife and a few odds and ends. And you'll basically spend like 2 weeks on the street, like just surviving.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah.
Like, so he doing the homeless thing by choice, or is homeless and doing it, or
no?
He's like, I'm gonna make myself homeless for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he does it by choice. He just cuts himself from everything and goes like out into the street and lives like. He's actually what's real unique is right now he's doing like a multiple part little series movie for it on his channel where he's like going through and kind of sharing his experiences and where he has to sleep at night and things like that. It's like real interesting.
Wow, that's dope. Yeah, that's crazy right there. That's really dope. That's interesting. I gotta check that out. But that was funny though last night and shit. I was like, you got goddamn demons in you. What's up? Did you notice what I was talking about though?
Yeah, what's crazy is I didn't see that at all because that's just a picture I ran through like Clip Champ with like a filter on it, and it's like a prison, like a prison in like a third world country or something like that, or just a jail cell in a third world country. I was like, it looks creepy. I'll use it.
Like, a Batman. I was like, it's a Batman demon out of this motherfucker.
And then after I put that filter on, I didn't pay attention to it. And then you said that. And as soon as you said it, I looked in the corner and I saw the same exact thing you were talking about. And I'm like, oh, that's very ominous. Like, because it's already a very ominous noise track to begin with. But like,
yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, let me get up out of here and stuff.
Thanks for having me on.
So thanks for coming on. I'm Killer B, the Wishfinder General. Hit that like button, like, share, subscribe. I'm up out of here, y'all. I'll be with the bullshit. I'll be back with the bullshit again tomorrow.